guys, and welcome back to Super 61. Today we have another live race video. Today we are on Assetto Corsa Competizione and we are on Silverstone in the GT3 McLaren. Arguably my favourite track and car on this game, so hopefully we should do well. Once again, we are starting from the back of the grid. We are starting in 20th place. We have the difficulty set at 90%. We have the aggression set at 90%. So let's see how well we can do. Okay, here we go. So first thing, ignition on. Start up the engine. We're all golden, baby. Okay, so this is a rolling start, so hopefully I should get a little bit of a better start than I got in my last video on Project Cars. I like to stay in first gear here so I can kind of try and jump it as soon as the lights go green. Here we go. I'm ready for that green light. I'm going to try and go up the middle a little bit, not too much. Here we go. Oh, that space is closing. I won't push it too much. Okay, I'm going to take the outside line. Inside line even. Okay, we're up a few places there. We've got the radar going, which, as I said in my last video, is something when you're not playing Project Cars, or sorry, when you're not playing Assetto Corsa. I always get those two mixed up. You really do miss the radar, so I've got the radar back, which is very helpful when you're in a very tight pack, racing at high speed. Being able to see the radar and see where your opponents are is very, very useful. So here we go. First lap, first straight. We've already taken 2 places off the bat there, so great start as we try and make a move on this Lamborghini here. I'm going to try and outbrake him on this sector. Just got through on him, watching the radar there, as I said. And I'm through. Okay. Now, being the GT3 race, compared to the Formula 1, they use the different, or the old, pit lane and pit setup compared to GP. So as you'll see now, we're entering on what is the GP version of the start line if you play F1 2020 or if you watch Formula 1. So this corner here, normally in F1, you could take this flat out. But obviously here, you've got to be a little bit more cautious. There's quite a few of these corners in this game which I like to just... If you get them right, you can kind of coast them, you know. You're not accelerating, you're not braking, you can just kind of lift off and let yourself glide through the corner nicely. Okay, this corner here is an important one. You've got to try and maximise power out of this corner to try and do as best as you can down this straight. Really try and perfect your shifts as well as you move down this straight. Not close enough to make any moves there, though. This is a difficult corner. You can either enter this too quickly and go flying, or you can go too slow and get bogged down sometimes in this corner. But again, this exit here is all about getting traction as quickly as possible to try and put as much power down and try and make up the gap in front. As you can see, we're catching on the Porsche here. Probably enough that I can try and make a lunge on him on this corner, maybe. Yeah, we're clear. And we are on to lap 2, heading back towards Maggots and Beckett. Now these 2 corners, here and here, are very tricky if you're not careful. They seem easy, because you can pretty much kind of just coast through them at a high speed, but if you catch them wrong, you bounce off the curb and into the next corner, and you're already bouncing, that's it, you're in trouble. It can really send you off the track, so you have to be very careful there. Okay, so we're up into 16th place. We're not doing too bad. As I said, I've got a lot more experience on this game than Project Cars, and a lot more experience with this car, and particularly with this track. So we should get better results from this race than we saw in my last video, where we went from 26th down to 17th. We made up 9 places in one race. Here, I'm hoping we can make it into the top 10. That's my aim. If we can get into the points, I'll be happy with that. Okay. We're going to make a move on this Porsche. We're going to outbrake him here. No. He had me sus there. Okay, let's try and get the perfect corner exit on this next corner here to try and get a couple of these guys on this next straight if possible. Here we go. Power down. There we go, I've got him. Can I get clear of the front of him though before this next corner? Not Yes, just about, just about. If you try and push it too far on that straight, you will end up really fluffing that corner, as I have done many times before. Okay, so into 15th place, 5 places. We have a Nissan GT-R ahead of us. Great car in this game, really do like it. The reason I drive the McLaren a lot in this game, it's a very stable car to drive. Like, I don't know, something about it, it's very quick, but I find it's a little bit more tolerant out of corners than, say, the Porsche or maybe the Mercedes. But I do like the Mercedes. The Porsche for me is one of the most difficult to drive, which is a shame because I really like the Porsche. It's my favourite GT3 car to drive in Project Cars before I bought this game. But the McLaren is just, it sounds great, it's very stable, and it's very forgiving as well, especially when you're still a relatively new driver. I also like the AMG. I do like the Nissan GT-R. The Ferrari is probably the second most stable, even though I kind of resent driving the Ferrari because I just don't like the Ferrari in its looks and everything. I like the pops and bangs the exhaust make in this game, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just picky. So for me, it is all about the McLaren, as we just checking on my map screen there the times of everything. There we go. Okay. Let's see if we can get... We've still got just less than 10 minutes to try and make up more places. We've only got 4 places to go before we're into the points, so I'm feeling confident. We've got a big bunch of cars ahead of us. It's practically one big train still ahead of us. As I said, I've got the difficulty on 90 and the aggression on 90. Although the cars in this game, compared to Project Cars, the aggression is better. They dive a little bit more, but they'll fight. If you overtake them, they'll fight back for it. But they don't just become erratic, weaving around like you see in my last video in Project Cars. They're a little bit better. Oh, I took that corner badly. You can see I really bogged down there. The Aston Martin ahead of us breaking away a little bit. Need to close down this gap as we start a brand new lap. Here we go. Let's get our head down. Onto the straight. He is just evading me at the moment. I really can't seem to close that gap. Come on. Try and close it down. Be a little bit more aggressive through the corners here. Try and close down this space. There we go. Oh, little bit much on the runoff there. Maybe a bit too much. The cars in front of me are really seeming to evade me at the moment. I need to work out a new strategy here. Okay, let's try and take these next corners as fast as possible to try and make moves. Here we go. They've bunched up a bit. Let's try and make moves on this straight. Come on. Power down. Let's go. Yep, I've got him. I've got him on this straight. He got slowed down by the group ahead of him there, and he lost time and power coming through that last chicane, which inevitably cost him time on the following straight. Okay, so now we've got arguably the best looking car in the game ahead of us now, the Mercedes. I love the look of that vehicle. It's a good one to drive. Maybe I'll try that out in one of my next videos. Oh, unsettled the car a little bit there. Some of the curbs in this game can really unsettle the car, especially at high speed. As I said about these corners here, if you don't take these right, you can really put yourself in trouble. Okay, power down again. I'm going to see if I can get right up behind this Mercedes on this straight. Maximising my my gears. He looks like he's going to make a move himself on the AMG. He sticks his head out and he decides better about it. Not the AMG, on the GTR even. And that's going to cost him dearly because I'm going to try and cut the inside of... Oh! 2 for 1. 2 for 1. Got to give him space on the inside there. Okay, we're clear. We are through. We're through. We are into 11th place. One more place and we are into the points, and we still have 5 minutes remaining. So we're not doing too badly, guys. Oh, little bit of oversteer there. We're back onto the straight behind this Aston Martin. Let's see what we can do. The force feedback levels in this game, I've got them set. You know, I really am happy with how this game feels. For me, it's definitely the best feeling game to be using with the Fanatec wheel. And from what I've read, obviously I'm no expert to know, but apparently this game is you know, the most realistic simulator available on the commercial market. So it is fun to get time behind this game as much as possible. When I first got into sim racing, arguably it wasn't even a sim, but I was... Oh! Sorry there, almost pushed him off with me. Almost a little accident as I was chatting to the camera. He's still on my left-hand side. He is level. We are neck and neck. I've got to give him room as we hit this apex. Okay. He fell behind. And we are through. Yeah, when I first started sim racing, I was basically just playing F1, which isn't even really a sim game. But once I bought this game has really taken over for me. This is just such an unbelievably good game. The sound, I mean, if you listen to the game sound now compared to my last video, unbelievably good sound design, especially when you're in the cabin. The graphics are unbelievable. Everything about this game is just really fantastic. The sun is starting to set now. We're getting really low sun, which is kind of blinding me a little bit, but it does look great. And it's going to get a little bit darker as we have got 3 minutes left of this race as the sun is going down. And we are into the points now. But let's see with these last 3 minutes if we can just clinch a few more places before that checkered flag. As you can see, there's 2 cars just ahead of me, probably about 5 seconds down the road. If you keep seeing me on my steering wheel camera, I'm just going through my my menu screens on my phone, on my sim dash, just to kind of see the times of where people are ahead of me. Wow, that sun is blinding. Trying to notice my braking zones is a little bit hard with that sun. We've really got to try and put the power down through those corners to try and maximise this little straight here as much as possible. Yeah, we've got 2 minutes left, which might be a little bit longer than that depending on when the race leader crosses the finish line to start the last lap. There's always up to another 3 minutes after the clock goes 0, so it all depends on when he crosses the line to start that last lap. But let's just see if we can pull this up and take maybe 1 more place, 2 more places. Let's see what we can do. Onto Hangar Straight. I think this is Hangar Straight. I always get this straight and the other straight names mixed up. But all the same, we are definitely gaining on him. Wow, you do have to just take a moment, even mid-race, to just appreciate how good looking this game really is. For anyone who's wondering, I run a 780 Ti graphics card, which I got from Nvidia when I was sponsored. It's a little bit old now, it's a 2014 car, but I'm still running this game in ultra settings. I'm getting right now 68 frames a second with ultra settings on, so You know, for an old car, the 780 Ti still really does run this game pretty well. Okay, we're nearly catching up with these guys now. Come on. I'm really pushing it as much as I can to try and reach the back of these guys, but I don't think it's going to happen. There's 42 seconds left. But I think we're going to get one more lap in because we're about to finish this lap here and there's still race time going, so I think there's going to be one last lap, which I've got a feeling isn't going to be quite enough to make a move. But we shall just keep pushing, just keep pushing. Yep, this is the final lap has commenced. Here we go. We have taken 10 places in on 90% difficulty. I'm pretty happy with that. But let's keep on pushing right to the end. I often end up taking the last lap a little bit more cautiously, actually, because the idea of just kind of making a little mistake now and just losing it all for the sake of, you know, not even a position, just a couple of seconds further down the track. It's always better to maybe race a little bit defensively and just kind of preserve that position that you've worked so hard for, just to cross the line in one piece. Especially when, as you can see, there's the cars behind me are quite a way back. You know, we're not under pressure too much. There's no need to kind of risk anything at this stage. But that doesn't mean you cannot keep fighting as much as you see safe to, I suppose. Half a lap left. Here we go. Again, as this race comes to a close, I just want to say, if you guys do enjoy these videos, please leave a like and a comment down below, or, you know, suggest anything that you think might make them better. Anything at all you'd like to see, really. I am all ears for anything that the guys who are watching the videos really want to see. So leave any comments down below as we come across onto the final straight now. Last two corners. Sadly, as I expected, we've just about caught up with the group in front, but not enough to make any moves. I'll drop into first gear there to get the back end round a bit more. And here we go. Onto the final stretch. And we cross the line in 10th place. Whew! Just as the sun is starting to set. That was a great race. I hope you guys did enjoy. As I said, if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, tell me down in the comments below. But in the meantime, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.